Hello, welcome to another video. Today I want to talk about Indiana Jones because I know I just posted a video, kind of like the first third act kind of thing. On Monday, I actually finished the game Sunday, I think it was. But I already had the video edited, everything like that ready to go. And all I can really say about Indiana Jones and the Great Circle is that it honestly is easily one of the best games I played this year. Like, it's genuinely crazy just like how good the gameplay really is. And it's nothing like too complex or too crazy, but just how the gameplay was fit an Indiana Jones style with like the puzzles and stuff. They weren't overly complicated, but at the same time it wasn't like a bunch of really bad games where it's like, oh, go take this rock, put it on this glowy thing, and a bridge appears. It had some more depth to it. I also think it did a very good job offering a tutorial with the puzzles while not just throwing it in your face or putting markers down kind of thing to just tell you what to do. Like, if you are genuinely stuck on a puzzle in Indiana Jones, you just take out the camera and take photos of it, and it progressively gives you better hints until it basically holds your hand if you need that. It's very rewarding, 100%, while also being like, if you are, gonna bash your head in because it's pissing you off, you don't have to, fully suffer. You can kind of get around it. And if we're being honest, worst case, you can look something up and just watch a solving puzzle type of video. They're everywhere. I think I did that for one of them because I didn't stand in the right place where to use my whip, and I was like, I have nowhere to fucking go, until I realized I had to stand right, like, directly under it for the whip to be long enough before I actually figured it out. But along with just the puzzles, the combat seems, kind of weird watching it. And while sure it can be like kind of basic at times, just the melee punching, whatnot, I really didn't use the gun at all in the game that I can think of, mainly because it never really was worth it unless you're in a boss fight and you have it. That's usually the only time where it feels, necessary or like you can use it. Because if you use it in a random point, chances are everyone's going to hear it and you're going to be fighting like 12 people who all also have guns and you'll probably die. But the combat with the actual like melee weapons was so much fun. To just hurl shovels, throw fly swatters, random shit all the time was super just entertaining, and it did feel good. It didn't feel like you had to sit there and punch someone 40 times or anything, weird like that. It did seem like using the gun kind of, broke immersion a bit, like in the one boss fight that I did show part of, at least. I think you shoot him like 8 times and then he finally goes down. I don't know if that's just because the guy has been shot also throughout the game. Spoilers, he gets shot at some point, but he lives through it. So he might just be, God himself. But overall, like, I can't get over how actually good the gameplay was for Indiana Jones, because I said this before as well, looking at the game, going into it, I thought weird first person. I don't think this is going to be really, that wonderful. It seems like an odd choice because you're not going to actually see Indiana Jones. But I think with how many cutscenes there was, it didn't really take away the fact that, like, you still saw Indiana Jones more than enough throughout the game. And the story, I think the story is fine. I wonder if people are going to be might be a little upset with it being kind of on the shorter end, but with the kind of open hub areas, you kind of can take longer just on accident and stuff without even realizing it. You can just rush through it if you really want to. I feel like you're missing a lot if you do that, because so much of this game is simply just fucking around in the open area and just discovering random stuff and being like, oh, I want to do that. I want to, figure out what this is. Stuff like that was very common in all of it, except for one area, which I'm going to talk about in a minute. But the story felt like an Indiana Jones story where it's very much like, oh, he goes to this area, does whatever little small twist or something, ends up in a different country doing another different thing, da 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 da, and then oh, again another, twist, a new area, a new thing to do. It seemed like it was moving at a pretty good pace. Except I will say that of the three main areas, there's technically five, but really only three that you can actually like explore. There's two that you're in to just do story missions, not much exploring to them. And I would say ranking them would be the ones like the best one is the first one you get to in Vatican City. I thought it was great. I thought the area looked great. I thought everything that you could do there was great and it just worked really well. And then the second one being Giza in the desert. At first, I was kind of not fully in love with it, mainly because it is kind of a bigger sprawling area. It's more open because it's in the middle of the desert rather than in a crowded city. It's less vertical, I would say, and more horizontal of an area. And at first I wasn't down for it, but the more I played it and everything, I was like, you know what, this area actually is pretty cool. There is less town kind of stuff in it, obviously, but there's still good stuff to explore, good, field work, good mysteries, everything like that in Giza. That one kind of came around to me. And then the last one, which I don't even know if I forget how to pronounce the name, but the one in the jungle with the jungle houses and stuff, I hated it. I'm just going to be honest. I think I kind of got to the point where I was like, okay, I'm in like a good rhythm. And then it felt like at that area, it slowed everything way down because you basically just explore via a boat. And I hated it. I don't know why. I just took me completely out of it, having to get on this boat, go wherever, get out of the boat, then proceed to do whatever. And if I want to go back, I have to go back to the boat, swim back. It always kind of it just seemed like it ruined the pacing at times because of this, as well as it just didn't feel great. I don't know. From going from Vatican City to Giza and then all of a sudden to the boat area, I wasn't fully down for it, though probably the most story stuff happens where it kind of turns into like Indiana Jones supernatural kind of BS going on. That's what happens at the end. And the finale of the game, I really enjoyed it. I thought the twist where they always kind of have like some historical artifact type thing in an Indiana Jones movie or whatever. It just always appears. They had a Holy Grail, they had the Ark of the Covenant, stuff like that. This game absolutely pulls it off and does it really well. You understand the stakes at the end of it kind of thing. Obviously, like a lot of the end of Indiana Jones movies, you're kind of sitting there like, what the fuck actually just happened? Because some crazy bullshit goes on, like supernatural stuff. I mean, if you watch, like, I just recently watched all the Indiana Jones movies, so I kind of knew what to expect. But yeah, it's more of that. It's very Indiana Jones. The gameplay, I can't get over it enough. It's such a fun game that everything I've seen has said that it's kind of like Dishonored series. And that now has me thinking I want to go and try Dishonored because I've never played Dishonored. And now it's got me into a goddamn terrible kind of twist of maybe I want to try Deathloop a second time even though I didn't like it the first time. I'm not doing that. I'm telling myself that I'm drawing the line. If I'm going to play an Arcane game that this is supposed to be, similar to, it's going to be Dishonored because that's their best games. But yeah, I just want to make a video because I just finished Indiana Jones. I absolutely loved it. It's easily one of the best games I've played this year. I cannot suggest it like enough to go out and just try it because it is 100% worth it. I'm also planning to start a new game and hopefully can get like a bit of a video out with it on Friday. That's my plan. And then next week is Christmas, so there'll be different videos, kind of, what I did last year. There'll be like a tier list for the games I played this year, stuff like that. Just fun videos next week. Expect that. I'm probably going to pre-record them because I'm not going to record on Christmas Day. But that is going to do it for this video. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed, consider leaving a like. If you want to support the channel, consider subscribing. Helps out a bunch. I will see you in the next one. Thank you for watching. Peace out.